Well, hello, folks, and welcome to James Morris World Traveler. I am so happy to be doing this video review, and let me tell you why. I am doing an update review for Valentin El Patriarca 1 year later. Yay! So exciting. Now I'm going to give you some basic information. But before I say that, what I'm going to say, I want to say one thing. Why it took me a long time to get to this point, to be able to do this review, because when I came back from Valentin, Cuba, I had numerous issues with trying to publish my review on another platform, and I had to contact this platform through a different means because I tried to send them emails via their platform to no avail, and I had to go through another platform, and they contacted them at their main offices. Finally, via email, I got contacted with a bunch of crap going on back and forth, which was really frustrating. On numerous months of trying to deal with this nonsense, I finally got to a point where I was able to finally add the review. Thank you, God. So anyway, I added them by January now. I added my review to this platform. Say love you. Oh. So, that said, despite the length of time it took for that review to happen and now to get to this review, a video review, I can now get into it. Now let me get into it. So, last year I came to this resort from September 13th to 27th, 2022 with an all-inclusive 2-week Sunwing vacation package. Whereas this year, I came from September 2nd to the 23rd, 2023 with an all-inclusive 3-week Transat package. From Toronto, though, I actually flew direct with the Sunwing package, but this time I had to fly into Toronto 1 day earlier so that I could connect with my flight to Varadero with this package. So, from the next morning, after catching my flight, I arrived in Varadero approximately 10 a.m. and I got to the resort approximately 11:30. Now, last year I arrived in the evening, and I didn't know what to expect last year, so okay. But this year, I knew what to expect, so I went to check-in, where I received champagne. I struggled so much to drink it because it tasted terrible. I don't like it. And then the room unfortunately wasn't ready until about 2 to 3 p.m. Oh, Lord. So I put my bags into the bag room, and the director of customer relations come waltzing up to me. She introduced herself. I don't remember her name, unfortunately. Sorry, but I don't. She mentioned several things. The concierge was off. And if I wanted to book my a la carte, which I decided to do Italian, she would do it for me, which, again, I decided to do Italian. Awesome. Now, she did say if I wanted lunch, and there was a pause there for a second, I ended up pointing toward the buffet. And I'm like, actually, in fact, I didn't say anything, but after pointing. Now, she asked, surprisingly, as I pointed, "You were here before?" And I'm like, "Yes, last year." She looked at me with surprise in her eyes, like, "What? Really?" Like she didn't realize that I was here last year. I mean, obviously she wouldn't, right? So she mentioned, yes, you can go over there and have lunch, and as well as the you have the snack bar that's open. So that said, I ended up walking over to the snack bar by the main pool. Now, I walked into that bar, snack bar. I walked over to the bar itself. There was a lady behind the bar, and then there's this tall black man that was standing next to the bar. Actually, in fact, he was leaning against the bar. And I paused and I looked at him and I'm like, I know you, don't I? And he looks at me and he kind of nods. And I said, you are the guy working at the front lobby bar last year, and weren't you? Now, he looked at me and he says, yes, I was. Now, and I said, I knew I recognized you. So I walked toward him. I took a couple steps toward him. He comes toward me. We shook hands. We kind of, did that little patting on the back. How's it going? How are you? We greeted each other. And, we both said we're great. And I'm like, awesome. So I ended up having lunch. And by the way, I found it was nice to see him. I have to mention that. So I had lunch by around 12:30 or 1. I went back to the lobby after that for a short nap. I was very, very tired from the night before. Now, at around 3 p.m., I ended up getting my bags, my room key, my Wi-Fi code sheet, and the driver did take me to my block, which is block 42, room 4223. I am now in room 4223. Awesome, guys. Awesome.